The growth opportunity reading for those of you with any Aquarian placements or stelliums, or for anyone you're watching that has those placements, or if you just feel called to the growth opportunity in the title. Whatever reason you're here, hello, welcome, and thank you. Now, what I'm seeing here is that you may have been currently faced with a situation where a contract of some kind has ended, or maybe you're dealing with a situation that feels unjust, or a situation that does need to end. Maybe you face some negative karma, or been negative karma for somebody else. It does seem like a family type situation. It may be that that's part of the challenge, but either way, it seems like you've been like overindulging in things, Aquarius. And now you've got the cards that you've got. Number three, Badger, which is interesting, I think, because three is related to the Empress card in Rider-Waite. So it may be that you do need to be a little bit more receptive, but Badger as an energy is typically more masculine, more action taking. Now, depending on what story you're looking into, I mean, uh, I don't know. My main association with Badgers are that they are feisty, tenacious. They are scary as all heck to fight with, and that they dig. They're diggers, and they you know what's funny? What I'm kind of getting this is that you may have been faced with a rivalry with a divine feminine of sorts, like, or some sort of feminine who is, I'm going to say one, because one of the other cards you got is Grieve Your Losses, and then this card number 23, All Tied Up. And it's another feminine energy in there, and she's surrounded by blue and green, and butterflies in there, maybe they're moths, so it could be a twin flame situation. But either way, what I'm kind of seeing is that, I mean, you've been faced with a situation where you've had to protect yourself, kind of fight for every scrap you can get, and you feel like you're restricted and you're limited in the situation that you're in, and so your growth opportunity is to free yourself from that situation. To 23 equals 5. Learn the lesson, and with broken contracts and the underlying issues, it tells me that you probably got yourself into something that you thought was going to be a higher commitment, maybe a marriage or a long committed relationship, or a roommating situation, maybe a lease agreement or something like that, and it has just not gone your way, and you've just found yourself feeling more and more tied up, and like you've had to tie up other people to keep them involved in the situation, or maybe that's what it feels like they've been doing to you. And now it's time to use that Badger energy and your feminine energy to move on from that situation. That's what it feels like, Aquarius, is that it's time to really like just the grieve the situation. I know, especially as an Aquarius, it's hard to accept a lost situation, but it is a lesson that we all need to learn in our lives. And also remember, I mean, there's so many times that you have won. Focus on those times. Focus on how you have succeeded and how you can create success again, and stop over focusing on a situation that has tied you up, or you feel like you have to fight for everything and you have to like present this crusty outer exterior. Like, let yourself move on. Maybe get into a bit of a kinkier situation where being all tied up is not necessarily, an unsavory thing. Um, and also, 23, so 5 and plus 3 is 8, so strength. So a lot of this situation in your growth op has to do with embracing your inner wild side, and also learning to temper and discipline yourself in those situations too. Let's see. Interesting. I ended up opening right up to 27, walking away, letting go and moving on. Seems like a theme for you here, Aquarius. And it can be sun, moon, rising, Venus, Mars, north node, south node, descending, any placement in there. All tied up. Lack of motion or sense of personal freedom. Upright, this card shows a woman tied up with vines around her wrists, body, and arms. Receiving this card upright represents a situation in your life where things seem to be severely stuck. A major drama may be going on around you, stopping you from moving forward. Or it may be that some technicalities are blocking your way. Perhaps you're waiting for a contract to be signed or an agreement to be made. Whatever is holding things up, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. So that might, especially with this kind of I'm going to say kind of this energy of patience vibe. It may be that if you feel like you're waiting for something to open up or end, then maybe that is your growth opportunity to, grieve in the moment. Even if you're expecting something to change and something good to happen, it's okay to grieve in the moment that it's not happening at the time you would like or in the way that you would like. If this isn't technically the case for you, what's tying you up is your own personal stuff. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer. Are you tying yourself up in some emotional angst or in a negative habit that you refuse to deal with? If so, it's time to cut the vines and make some serious changes now. You needn't live in your self imposed jail any longer. Affirmation: I release stuck energy, old habits, and restrictions. My life is opening up. I am free to choose my reality. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. If you get a chance to enjoy the sunshine today, please do. And also, because of this card, if you get a chance to enjoy the moonlight, go ahead and do that.